Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm here at the Harrison, New York Supercharger, and here's our ride. Our ride recently turned 1 year old. 2023 Tesla Model 3, Standard Range Plus. You can't even buy this car anymore. And what we're going to do today is do a bit of a range test. We're here again in Harrison, New York, pretty close to Connecticut. Oh, come on screen, there we go. Pretty close to Connecticut. And what I want to do is drive this car until the battery dies. So we have again a year on this car. It's a year old now. How many miles do we have on this car? 24,288 miles. So quite a bit. So what we're going to do here is we're going to reset this trip, and we're going to call it range test. Today's date 11/16/24. Okay, good. We reset that one. It's going to show up in our trip card. Perfect. It's not in focus. So show up a trip card. Okay, cool. So here's the plan. We're going to drive from here in Harrison up to, I have it in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. I don't know if we're actually going to make it there, because it says we're going to get there with 40%. So the goal is to really stay on I-684. The speed limit there is 65 miles an hour. And then eventually get onto 84, going through Danbury, Waterbury, Hartford, Connecticut, so on and so forth. Once we hit 50%, we're going to go ahead and hit, well, not Harrison Supercharger come back, but Wegmans. There's a Wegmans like right there. We're going to hit Wegmans. I don't want the car to precondition on its way back, but I want to come back to the supercharger. This is the closest supercharger to where I live. It's about like an 8-minute drive. So that's the goal. Before I start, I want everyone to guess how many miles we're going to get out of this. So keep in mind, Standard Range Plus, 58 kilowatt hours of battery on here. EPA rated 272 when we first got the car, and now the car shows, oh come on, 265. So the battery has gone down a little bit, but is this really going to be a huge detriment in terms of our range test? Of course, I forgot to charge the battery, the GoPro battery, and for some reason this cable is not working, or something's not working properly here. So that's always fun. But there's like 30-some% battery on here on this GoPro, so I'll try my best to get some footage in here. So again, we're going to get on the highway, drive at about 70, maybe 75 miles an hour, something realistic for the general public. It's kind of weird to do a range test in this car because you can't even buy this car anymore. Like, Tesla doesn't make the Standard Range Plus anymore. They make the long range rear-wheel drive car. But anyway, this is the plan. This is what we're going to do. I think we'll get 230 miles of range. But we'll see. It's 59 degrees. I think by the time the test is done, we'll be about 50 degrees. So it's going to cool down. I don't know what the temperature is up in Massachusetts, but it's probably cooler than down here in Westchester. Now, next thing, check-ins. I'm going to check in at 80% data charge, 60%, 50%, 50%, because that's when we make our U-turn, 40%, 20%, and hopefully we're back here at 0%. I'm not gonna try to get into the buffer and all that stuff. I charged this car up all the way, so it calibrated the battery, top balanced, all that stuff. So that's taken care of. It was saying 259 was the max. And then after I just left it to calibrate, now it's 265, which it usually does say 265. I haven't charged this car to 100% in well over a month. I usually don't. Usually I charge it to 90% and just kind of go on my way. That's more than enough for the, given time. But anyway, time to get on the road and start this range test. And we missed the sunset. There was a really nice sunset. There was a Cybertruck parked right next to us. If I remember, I'll put that picture in this video. And now the sunset is gone. We have a little bit of traffic up in the Hartford, Connecticut area, but hopefully it's not too big of a deal. And yeah, it should be pretty much smooth sailing. All right, let's get started.
Ain't no love like a real love, but it goes so fast. All tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pay to my mom life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I haven't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer. You're making me stronger, making me stronger. You're stronger.
All right, guys, we are here at 80%. Let's get into the right lane. By the way, I don't know if I said earlier, I still got full self-driving, so can change lanes without going out of autopilot and changing them and coming back into autopilot. But anyway, I don't know if you can see that speed limit sign right there. Speed limit is 65 through here on I-84. 80%, we've traveled 53 miles. We've done that in 51 minutes, and we're averaging 222 watt-hour per mile. So we're averaging roughly 60 miles an hour, which is not bad considering there was a little traffic earlier. But all in all, it's been pretty good so far. Coming up on that car kind of quick. All in all, pretty good so far. You guys could kind of guess what the range is going to be on this car just from 53 miles, 80% left or 20% burn through. So far so good on a 24,000 mile battery. You know, people think
vehicle on shoulder ahead.
People think that Teslas are all terrible and they don't work well and you'll get stranded in the middle of nowhere, but it's pretty good. Actually, let's get into the energy real quick. Given how we've been driving, we can actually go another 227 miles. So all in all, pretty good. Let's go to drive. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good. Hang on. Trip. There we go. We're actually more efficient than what the car think we would be. I'm sorry, this is blurry. But we're actually more efficient than what the car think we would be. So we've used 2% less than initially thought. So overall, pretty good. We got a construction zone coming up, so let me focus on the road. Alright guys, we are now at 60%, 102 miles driven in Manchester, Connecticut. So still trying to maintain about 70 to 75 miles an hour. We've driven 102 miles in an hour and a half. So not bad, not bad. So 50% is coming up pretty soon. So, thought I was a cop next to me. So, I'm holding the camera. I thought I was a cop next to me, but yet I get up to him. He's like some 19-year-old kid holding a phone, going down the road. Anyway, 50% is coming up pretty soon. We're not going to make it into Massachusetts, I don't think. Or if we do, we'll barely make it in there. And if we make it in or not, of course. So I just came into the center lane, and then this guy wants to come over after driving so slow in the left lane the whole time. Yeah, so, you know, if we make it into Massachusetts or not, that's not really the point of this drive. But we'll see. Again, now I'm down to 59%, and once we hit 50 or 51, then we'll go ahead and start looking to make that U-turn. But Connecticut is all right. I don't think I've been this far into Connecticut before, because we're not on 95. I think I've done 95 as a kid. But yeah, this is actually nice. I can see why a lot of New Yorkers move up this way. All right, check in with y'all at 50%. Alright guys, we are at 51%. So what we're gonna do, let me slow down, I got a truck coming up in front of me. What we're gonna do is, see, we're almost in Massachusetts. Not terribly far. So what we want is Wegmans. Let's put that into GPS. I actually think this exit may have worked out. But we're at 51.
Turn left onto Ruby Road.
Yeah, see? Okay.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
It wanted to,
Drive northeast on Interstate 84 East for 4.1 miles.
okay. It wanted to get off there. Alright, and it's preconditioning. No, don't precondition. Where's trip planner? Take off trip planner. Okay. Just bring me back straight to Wegmans. It says we're gonna get there with 3%, which is fine. That means we're officially at 50% now. But getting back there 3% means we'll just have to drive around on 287 to burn off the extra juice. And then we go to Wegmans to charge the car. So right now it's 7:27. 50% check-in, 120 miles, so you can kind of guess what kind of overall range we're going to get here. 121 miles, hour 50 now, so not bad, not bad. Something I forgot to mention is I usually don't do road trips or these long distance drives by myself. So, come on, change lanes. So I don't have the weight of more people. I don't have all the stuff in the back of the car. Like overall, I'm pretty good. Now I'm starting to get warnings. Stay below 65 miles an hour. I don't know if y'all can read that. Oh, it went away. Okay. And full self-driving. Maybe degraded. It's pretty dark out here. But anyway, 65. Stay under 65. Usually mean you could do 70 with no problem. So. look how it's pitch black right in front of us, man. That is crazy. If this car wasn't in front of us, I'll put on my high beams just to show you the night and day difference. But we're gonna get off in about 2 miles, U-turn it, and start headed back down to Westchester.
Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me.
Alright guys, we are now at 40% state of charge. We have driven 146 miles over the last 2 hours, 11 minutes. And we're averaging 231 watt-hour per mile. So pretty good overall. We still have another 102 miles to get back home. Home being, I'm watching this guy here. Let's speed it up a little bit. Still got 102 miles to get back home, and given how we've been driving, we have 102 miles of range. So maybe we'll get back at 0%. These guys are slowing down a ton up here. Let's just get around these guys real quick. Let's go to drive. And so far we've used 2.1% more of range. So going up to Connecticut / almost Massachusetts border, we were actually to the green. We weren't using as much energy as the car thought we would, and now we're using a little more, which is okay, it's fine. Right now we are projected to arrive back at Wegmans with 2%. So that's about maybe 6 miles if we could, or 5 miles at highway speed, 4 or 5 miles at highway speed. So we could go ahead and just burn that off. That's not going to be too hard to burn off. So again, before the end of the video, you know, put your estimation. What do you think we're going to get to Wegmans with? I must say, it is nice to drive at 70 some miles an hour and not really worry about being too fast. Like, this is actually pretty nice. I can see why people move out of New York City. All right, we're at 39%. I'll check back in once we hit 20%.
to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Alright guys, we have just now hit 20%. We have completed 189 miles over 2 hours and 49 minutes, averaging 234 watt-hour per mile. We are going to get to Wegmans with 1% left, so we're going to be right on the money. Actually 1% here, sorry. I'm trying to drive and hold the camera all at once. We have 59 miles to get back down to Wegmans, and it says we only have 45 miles of range, so we're gonna have to slow it down a little bit here. We do have some traffic. Oh, it cleared up. There's some traffic up here in Danbury, I should say. So yeah, I thought we were gonna have to slow down when we get up there, but it looks like we won't. So anyway, just taking my time here, watching my speed. But again, 58 miles to Wegmans. I think for the most part it's gonna be downhill. It's hard to tell, but right now we're going downhill. And I think we'll be all right in terms of range. Worst case, I'll drive local, pull off the highway. As we get closer and closer to New York, because we're still in Connecticut now, as we get closer and closer to New York, it just gets more and more, you just have more and more traffic on the road, so we'll naturally slow down and we should be all right. All right, well, once we get close to Wegmans, we should be at 0, but if we're not at 0 yet, I'll drive back and forth around Wegmans and just burn off the rest of the energy.
Talk back to you. Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life.
All right, guys, we're here in Brewster, so if we kept going to Wegmans, we would get there with negative. It was saying -1 and 0%, and I didn't want to risk it, so yeah, I'm too far, aren't I? Nah, too far. Nothing's going right for me tonight. But let's see something real quick. Where we have 8% battery, we have driven 219 miles, so not bad. I know, guys, I shouldn't take the pull in, but I'm pulling in for like 1 minute, if that. Oh boy, they drive fast in Connecticut, man. All right, let's go on this side. It's a little more light over here. So I didn't want to risk dying on the side of the road. Probably could have ate up some of that buffer, but didn't want to risk it. That light is that way. So now I'm here in Brewster. I just need a charge for maybe like 2 minutes, maybe just 1 minute, if that. But we'll get back on the road and try to finish this range test. So is it really a range test now? Probably not, but I didn't want to get stranded either. Also, side note, I think when the guy from Out of Spec Motoring, Kyle, when he first showed Magic Dock, I think it was here in Brewster, and I think he actually used this Tesla dispenser, funny enough. But let's see how much battery we have now. We should have more than enough to continue our trip. Says -2%, -1%. Let's see the energy graph. 27, 28%. How much energy are we using here? So we've brought in almost 2.5 kilowatt hours, 2.55 kilowatt hours. So I think we needed just like an extra 30 miles to get back down to Wegmans, and given how we've been driving, 32 miles of range. So let's just hit 35 so I don't get stranded out there, and I think we'll be good. Yeah, I guess this is a failed range test because I had to stop to charge the car, which kind of sucks. But it says here we'll get to Wegmans with 1%, 30 miles to get there, 37 miles of range. So let's unplug and get back on the road. Okay, we are back here at Wegmans, Harrison, New York Supercharger. Got here with 3%. So, did we have to really stop? I don't know, but let's look at our test results. 250 miles, 58 kilowatt hour, 233 watt hour per mile. So, I probably could have made it here because 58 watt hour, that is how much energy this battery has. Not including the buffer, and it's like 60 kilowatt hour including the buffer. So we probably could have actually did this whole drive without stopping. 250 miles on a battery, and it's now 51 degrees. I think it was 60 when we first started. Now it's 51, so it cooled off a good bit. But anyway, 24,000 miles on this car. Had it for a year, and we can still do about 250 miles of have 250 miles of range and burn about 233 watt hours per mile. So not bad. So this didn't quite go the way I thought it would, but again, knowing that you could probably do 240, 250 miles on the smallest battery is really good. Alright guys, well, I'm going to plug in the car, and I really need to use the bathroom. So I will see you guys. Hang on, let's get some light going. That kind of sort of. I'll try to fix this in Adobe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.